What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Blackgirlmarvel. Welcome back to day 25 of my 31 days of reviews featuring Echo, season 1, episode of 4. Let's get into it. Per usual, this is spoiled because the series is out on Disney Plus right now. So if you haven't seen it, please go watch it first, then come back and talk to me in the comments. If that's you and you have to do that, hit this with a like. If you're just watching this up to this point, hit this with a like. I appreciate it. Comment. But let's get it. So in this episode of Echo, it finds Echo finally confronting these visions and images she's been having of these. I'm assuming that these are Choctaw women, which is her heritage. These Choctaw women throughout the ages, because it seems like it goes back into a time where we don't know. Then they evolve into people, like they're kind of like clay. Then they evolve to people, and then showing these women, these generations, and now how it gets to like Maya. At the end of the last episode, Fisk showed up, baby. He was trying to get the band back together. He was like, "But you're my daughter." Now he didn't say these words specifically, but this is my interpretation. He wanted to have those Sunday dinners that they used to have after her father died. You know, he kind of took her under his wing and everything like that. And at this point, before I get to like her and Fisk talking, I'm really thinking about everything that happened in this episode and how Maya isn't she isn't admitting her place in all of this. Everything gets blamed on everybody. I've noticed that. You know, yes, she was a child when she left, but after a while, you were no longer a child. So if you wanted to go back to Oklahoma, you had every right in your power to do so. Just like they had every right to contact you if they needed to, even though Bonnie is the only one pretty much that reached out to her consistently and got no love back. I need justice for all the Bonnies in the world, especially this. But I'm noticing that Maya cannot admit that her life led this way, not only because of like she was a child and she fell in like with her father and Fisk and stuff like that, but she allowed this to continue to happen and she won't admit that she's at fault as well. After a while, you was out here killing people. After a while, you decided to go. After a while, you agreed to these things. And even if she agreed to them because she saw Fisk as like an uncle or a father figure or whatever, she needs to admit that to herself. And until she can do that, baby girl is going to be tormented, which is what she kind of was in this. We finally get to see Maya and her grandmother come together and have a conversation. And her grandmother admitted how, you know, Maya was very much like her mother and she just couldn't be around her. She personally couldn't take that. And Maya let off a little bit of her frustrations, but I don't feel like she let off enough. But it was still a very like powerful scene. Also, I don't know about the sign language in here because I'm pretty sure everybody ain't fluent, but the actress that plays Maya, I'm pretty sure she's fluent. I'm assuming that everybody else learned for the sake of the show and like the continuity of them knowing, you know, sign language because she's been deaf since she was a kid. So, but it's something about it. I want to know how much training that they got because I can just see that there's like still some nuances where they're new, and I'm just mind you, I'm saying this because my grandmother used to work at a like hard of hearing and deaf facility in Detroit, and I know a little bit. I don't know a lot, but I know a little bit, and I can tell in hue. Also, I do sign language is still one of the languages that I do want to learn, but it's hard to learn a language when you're the only person learning that language. But again, now when Fish showed up, Maya was a little bit terrified because she asked him like, "Bro, I thought you were dead." And he was like, "I was." Then I wasn't. And then he restrains her and puts like this contact in her eye, and it allows her to sync up with this piece of machinery that he has in his eye, in his ear. And part of me is wondering, is he tracking her? Can he track her with this? But the way that the episode ended, he can't. But I'll get back. So with this piece, when she signs, it translates it in his ear for her. I mean for him, sorry. And then when he speaks, she sees like a hologram of two hands signing what the person is. Very innovative technology. They need that for all the world because that would make it so much easier for the deaf community to get around. But also we can learn. Just saying. But 9 times out of 10, people not learning unless it's somebody in their family. But I digress. But Fisk really came around trying to get the band back together. Like he was talking to her like that was his child. Which I'm like again, like I said, this episode proved what I said in my previous review of Echo, episode 3, I'm sorry. It proves that he has a warped sense of love and he does not understand what it is. It's so warped in his mind. Like, he gave Maya the hammer that he killed his father with because his father would abuse his mother, and he killed his father with it because he wanted to be free. And so he was giving her the same chance to be just as free as him by giving her the hammer in which he killed his father so that she could kill him, thus thinking that she looks at him as a father. And I'm just like, baby, you killed her father. And also on top of that too, the dialogue, he said that I freed myself, and he said go ahead, you could free yourself. So part of me was like, did you kill Maya to free her from her father so that you could be in control of her? Like, has he wanted Maya since she was a little girl? Because he's been around her since before her father even died. So I need more with Fisk, because baby, it's getting real creepy. But it's one of those things where you're like a loner and you're sad, and all you have is the fear of people to keep you warm at night. Sometimes you just want like some actual love, and no matter how you get it, you get it. And he literally used this little girl to not only achieve and strengthen his empire, but he used her and warped her loyalty so that it served him. And now that it doesn't serve him, he's blowing a gasket. The gasket. Is it me, or does Fisk have like Bruce Wayne money? Yeah. Yeah. We also get to see that the grandmother also partakes in these visions that Echo has been having of the generation before her. I'm assuming Bonnie is also having these dreams because she is a part of the Choctaw ancestry clan. I don't know how to, like, tribe. I believe it's tribe. I don't want to say, like, I don't want to be disrespectful. But she's also a part of the tribe, but they haven't shown us that on screen yet. So I guess for all intents and purposes, she's not having this, but I'm sure she will. But it was good to get a little bit more back. I mean, we didn't get too much of a background, but the grandmother had a vision, the visions that Echo, and I'm assuming Bonnie, when she was pregnant with Echo's mom, with Maya's mom. Echo, Maya, same person. Y'all know this is titled. And so Echo got a little bit of explaining on why she's getting these visions. It seems like the ancestors come in a time of need, in a time of hurt. And the grandmother said that once Echo's mom was born, she just had a gift of healing and helping people, which I'm assuming is what these people have done throughout time, because from the past images that they showed us, like in episode 3, took us back to the past of, like, it was giving like Annie Oakley a little bit. It was giving like during that type of time, um the Choctaw tribe was trying to defend themselves, but women don't do it. But it was one woman, she's a descendant of, Echo's, her mom, her grandma, stuff like that. But this one descendant was adamant on joining in and supporting and like and saving her tribe, and that she did. And I believe, like, throughout the generations, there's been women in this tribe, in this family specifically, who are connected to the original power that this belongs to, and they have each in some way been of healing and help, however that might present itself in whatever time they're in. I'm assuming when Echo's mom was alive, she was an actual healer, like, medicines and things like that. Whereas now Bonnie is a firefighter. That's hers. That's her way of being a helper. And Maya took a different turn. She can help by being a superhero, by using her extrasensory abilities and her skills to help those less fortunate. So I'm excited that we're getting this lore, this background on Echo. I'm actually happy that Fisk is here. He adds attention to the show that the show kind of needed, because he was just kind of like this figure in the background. Now he's in the foreground, and I'm kind of like, let's get it going. I'm assuming we're gonna have a big fight at the end. I don't know if Fisk will be a part of that or he's just gonna be home, but either way, Maya has drawn her line in the sand. I don't know why I couldn't think. Fisk really wanted her to come back home and restart the empire. He would give her her own empire, but I think she's starting to realize how manipulated she was, how vulnerable she was as a young girl, that he used that against her. Like, she even pointed out that, like, yeah, you put this piece in your ear and I can understand you or whatever, but you don't love me enough to even learn my language. And I think that was a very poignant moment in their relationship. But as always, you guys, it's your girl Blackgirlmarvel. Go watch this on Disney Plus. Come back and comment down below if you want me to review and watch anything else. Join my Discord, or drop a comment. Bye.